This time, we'll look at the factors that determine poverty and why some individuals can't seem to get out of it. Although there are several forms of poverty, we'll use statistical analysis to simplify things. In other words, just the 20% are regarded as wealthy while the rest of us fall into various degrees of the middle class. Welcome to Wealthy Mindset, where the first step to success is to better one's mindset. Number 1. Poverty is a 50% circumstance and 50% acceptance of those conditions as irreversible. People who believe their fate is to suffer do nothing to prevent it. They simply accept that their life is meant to be that way it is. Maybe they've attempted before and failed. Perhaps the cards were stacked against them so heavily that there's nothing they can do now. What most people don't realize is that changing your circumstances begins with changing how you think about what your life should be, according to successful author John C. Maxwell in his books The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership, The Power of Humility. Number 2. Being broke and being poor are two different states of being. You can be broke many times in life, but being poor is deeper than money. People in poverty have no hope. They lost it. They lack faith in their ability to write their future. They lack the will to push forward. One can escape being broke many times, but if you end up poor and accept it, there's little that can be done for you. Unfortunately, too many people grow up without understanding the distinction between these two states, with parents brainwashing their kids into believing they're poor, when in reality, children can only be broken. For them, money is linked to selfishness and the lack of it to sense a deluded grandeur. If you're poor, you can't look after yourself or your family. Not to mention, contribute to society's progress. Number 3. People who are educated take advantage of people who are not educated, in the same way that the strong used to persecute the weak. We've seen hierarchies develop throughout time and across different species. The dominant lion mates with all the females, the sociable chimpanzee leads the pack, and humans' more aggressive armies took from the less powerful. Time went by and the sword and shield were replaced by writing instruments, books, and now your capacity to browse the internet. Poverty is not caused by a lack of ability to escape it. Those who make things happen in life reap the benefits. Number 4. The hardest working person in the world likely lives in poverty. This is one of those topics about which people in the middle and at the top are incorrect. Some individuals think that all you have to do to get out of poverty is work hard. Nothing could be further from the truth. To however get out of poverty requires more than that. You see, wealth or a lack thereof is what causes difficulties in obtaining the tools necessary to escape poverty. Number 5. Poverty requires company. It's a basic law that applies to everything. Similar people tend to congregate together. Why? People are drawn together by shared challenges and difficulties. This is true for both those who have and have not succeeded. Number 6. The poor look to others for help, but never to themselves. The paradox of this situation is that you can't help those who don't want to help themselves. Getting out of poverty is a combination of many factors, and you can only do it when opportunity meets preparation. When the opportunity presents itself, you need to be focused and not let it go. Don't wait for others to push you through it. Number 7. Poverty ties with more than one chain. This one builds on what we've previously said. If you want to get out of poverty, you must first untie yourself from any ropes that are keeping you there. The most frequent chains include things like basic utilities or access to financial instruments such as a bank or a market. Number 8. Luck and poverty are always associated. This is a major barrier, as most people in poverty believe that getting out of poverty is simply a matter of luck and chance, although they may have fallen there due to an accident or rather the lack of it. The path out does follow a distinct prescription. Here's an intriguing discovery we've made. This is amazing because the poor simply aren't aware of how to improve their station in life step by step. If they can be rich, they don't want to try regardless. This is why they purchase scratch tickets, play the lotto, wait for an inheritance, gamble at casinos, and so on. They all wish to go from 0 to 100 real quick. One by one, repair the things you can change, and you'll be surprised at how much your life improves as a result. Number 9. Debt and consumerism are the modern versions of slavery. Since slavery is illegal, Society has been looking for ways to steadily increase productivity without crossing that line. In modern society, you never really own anything. Even the people who can fully pay off their house are not complete owners of it. The government still charges you rent. For you to live in the house you purchase as soon as you're born, you're put in a treadmill and told to run. They dangle incentives in front of your eyes rather than giving tips or performing magic on you. To encourage you, they hold out offerings like new iPhone, Balenciaga shoes, gold chain, and a luxury home with a view. These are all carrots used to push you to keep going forward on a treadmill. They attempt to enslave you through debt as soon as feasible after their creation. Number 10. Those who say that money doesn't grow on trees and never plant anything are foolish. The fruit of someone's labor is a tree that was nurtured and planted. The fruit has inherited worth. This is true in both literal and figurative senses. If you want fruit or money, you'll need to start planting trees. These folks consider it to be free cash, but finding the proper seed, digging dirt, laying sod over it, and ensuring it doesn't get destroyed by insects or other elements until a plant is strong enough to produce fruit can be difficult. It necessitates effort, time, and attention. We have such a huge community of individuals, many of whom have taken the plunge in recent years. So share your experience with those who are just getting started. Tell your story in the comments and inspire these people. You never know how much someone's comment might impact someone else's life. As a token of our appreciation for sticking with us until the end, we're going to give you something extra. The ugly truth about money is that it's linked to your level of protection. This is such an intriguing concept that the number of fictitious credits you possess determines how much society will prioritize your well-being.